talking, of course, about the Washington Wizards, who have bounced back from a losing streak. They've bounced back from multiple losing streaks this season. So, Dan, let me ask you, do you have faith that they can still keep moving up after yet another losing streak?
Well, it's not even just losing streaks. It's kind of any adversity they've been bouncing back from. And certainly in a way that I think past Wizards teams haven't. Even the game in Denver, they had that game won in regulation. Then they almost had it lost at the end of regulation. But, on the road, the second night of a back-to-back, West Coast road trip, we've said it all year. These are the kind of games that this franchise has just always struggled to win, and now they're winning them. And so I think it's road trips, it's playing on the road, it's back-to-backs, it's losing streaks, all these things. And the reason that they're doing it is because they have talent and they're a good team. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think it's like they've got some kind of button inside their sternums that's allowing them to bounce back from this stuff. It's just they're good now. They're a good team, and they're winning a lot of games that they should win.
Well, there have been good teams who have not maximized their talent. I think the Wizards are coming close to maximizing their talent. Would you disagree with that, or?
I don't know if they're totally. I think there's certainly games that they've lost that they could have won. But I think for the most part, they're winning the games that they should win. And a lot of these toss-up games, that game in Denver, they're better than Denver, but it's the second night of a back-to-back. It's on the road. It's in altitude. It's easily a game that they could have won, especially when it goes into overtime. And I don't know if they're maximizing their talent, but they're certainly coming pretty close.
Well, Mike, when you have a player like John Wall, he certainly can help you get out of a losing streak, and he's been great in games after losses.
Absolutely. He's very poised. You want the ball in his hands. There's not a lot he can't do. He's leading the league in assists. He plays great defense. I think he's number 2 in steals. He can get his own shot. He has his own dribble, as Dan's pointed out. We have one of the best point guards in the NBA here. I think there's no question of that. And having a guy at the controls who has talent and poise, it's a great combination, a great starting point to bounce back from a losing skid.
He's the guy you want to lean on, right, Neil, when you're trying to come out of a losing streak.
Yeah, I think more so this is what we see. This is like the last stage of growing pains on these championship caliber teams, right? When they finally learn how to put the opponent out, right? To knock them out fourth quarter, close out games that they should have. There's less talk of, they should have won that game, they let that game slide away, and there's more talk of they put the opponent away. That's the hallmark of championship teams. That's probably the last piece of the puzzle for this Wizards team to get from where they are into the next level is right now. It's just playing well in the fourth quarter, winning games that they absolutely should win, and not letting good teams, bad teams back in the game late in the game.
Let's talk about one thing. Can I talk about one thing that they should be doing a little bit better?
Please.
It seems unclear who's going to take the last shot for them when they need a last shot. It happens at the end of quarters all the time where Wall just kind of dribbles around randomly and then chucks something up. And it happened against the Thunder. It happened in Denver where he lost the ball at the end of the game there, and Fareed almost had a breakaway layup to win the game. I think it's kind of unclear what their plan is at the end of a game if they need a winning shot.
Well, do you not think, though, that in some ways that can help them because teams can't necessarily game plan or scheme for it if it's Paul Pierce or Bradley Beal? Those two guys can get shots, right?
Teams are scheming for it apparently because right now the plan is John Wall throws up a bad shot.
Or it makes it a lot easier for other teams because no one can make the shot.
Guys, they're 30 and 15. They're in second place in the East. Clearly, they're doing something right at the end of games, right?
I think it's an issue. I think it's going to be an issue, and it was an issue in the playoff series against Indiana last year. I don't know that it's necessarily been fixed.
Okay, well.